So this is a 3D printer of brand Prusa i3, and these models I just printed just now, and there are many beautiful, as you can see. And so today I will show you how to use how to control the 3D printers to print the model you want. And the first things, you should make your hot bag very clean. Yeah. And next is use the software. Use the software I provided to you, which is called Pronterface. And from this software, you can and the introduction I already give you in Google Drive, and you can just download. And if you look, you will know. Firstly, press the load file, and then find your models of the format GCODE, which is called G code. And you can just open up any model you want, like what I opened is a clover. And if you want to print this, firstly, you should press this. This is just for the original position of the axis. And if you press this, home, this like a home, like a house. This means for X, Y, Z axes are all in the original place. Okay, and now after you press this, they are originally in the position. Okay, so now what you need to do is just check whether this is very horizontal, very planar, like this. And then what you can do is just press the Y-axis and press a 10, like this. Oh no, it's X-axis. It's actually X-axis. So and move. So just to see the distance between the extruder and the hot bed. If the distance is a constant and always no change, it means that in this position, in this direction, it's very horizontal. So it's good. And if you press 100, and it moves a lot. So next is for the Y position. So for the Y position, you can use the same way to press Y, like this, and just see whether the distance is the same between the extruder and the hot bed, like this. And next, check again the X-axis from this side, whether the distance is the same. Okay, so next is press -Y to check this direction, whether it's same or not. Now, if you after doing this, and you will adjust the horizontal of this panel, of this hot bed, and it will be very good and very perfect when you use this to print some models. And you must check all the directions and go back to the original place. If they are all constant height between the extruder and the hot bed, it means that the hot bed now is already very horizontal. And now press the home again. Okay, and next is just adjust the switch of the Z-axis, which is very important in the 3D printer, because if your switch is higher or lower, the extruder will be higher or lower originally. So it means that when it's printing the material it make will be higher than will not just touch the hot bag, or otherwise it too much strength, and it will just hurt the hot bed and make it broken. So a suitable height is very important for you to print the models. So now I think I already adjusted to a perfect position, as you can see. So you can just feel after many times, after many experiments, you will know this. And next is just load file and I have a clover pattern like this. Next is just print, and after you pressing print button, this will show you the temperature. Yeah, and the temperature of the hot bed for PLA material is 16 degree, 60 degree. And after the temperature of hot bag is enough, then the temperature of extruder will just increase. So it's twice. Once for the hot bag and once for the extruder, and you can see from this data. So now it's increasing the temperature of the extruder, and so sometimes you might wait like 5 to 10 minutes to wait for the hot bag, because the area is so big, so it takes more time for it to warm up, and the extruder is very easy to warm up. Yeah. And now it's 137, 39, 41, 43, 45, and until it has a temperature of 180, I think it's 185 for PLA material. Like this. Yeah, as you can see. So the W means the hot bag temperature. And no, it's not temperature, it's just the time it will start. Okay. Now what you can see is just this is that. Okay, now what you can see is, see, the distance is too low. So what we need to do is just press pause, and to make it temporarily stop, like this. And then you can just higher up the y-axis, like this. Like this. And then what you need to do is just adjust the switch. Because the height is too low, so we need to make it higher, like this. Okay, so you just move it a little bit higher, like this, a little bit. Every time just change a little bit, and to its very suitable position. Now press the Z original to make the Z axis to its original place. Okay, so it's memory again. So now what we can see is now it's a little bit higher, and what we can do is just still to make the Z axis higher, and we can just move the switch again. Because it's higher, so we make it lower, like this. Okay. Now let's try again. So now what we can see is the distance is a little bit okay, I think. Just try. And still outside, so firstly when you are printing, there is the outside loop. In this loop, it means you can change anything you want from the indicated from this loop. So this loop just indicates you whether the height between the extruder and the hot bag is too low or too high. So you can change the switch. And then you press resume again. Please not press restart, otherwise you will do this again. So press resume. So now what we can see now is very good, right? So if it has this, just make it out. So now what we can see is just to make a pattern of the clover. So next thing you should do is just wait. You can do anything you want during this time. But what you should do firstly is just to make the switch of the Z-axis very good and very perfect in this position. Otherwise it can't just print like this. It's so good, right? And from the software you can also see the red line means it's now printing, and the black line means the region it will it will print, but hasn't print. And these things you will know from the instruction I give to you. And another thing is the temperature. The temperature is indicated from here, and you will know. So these things you should know. And the most thing you should know is just have a look of the printing. During the printing, like this. So now what you can see is the pattern is not very good. So we need to restart again because see, this material has already been it's already leave the hot bag, so it's not good. So now what you should do is just press pause and to make it stop. After doing this, press 10. And then it will just, the heat will just be very much. Then you can just remove this. It's not good, right? So what you can do is just restart. But now if you want to restart, it's very easy because the temperature are already on its working temperature. So now what you should do is just restart. And once you press this, all these things are going to original place. So what happened just now is just like if the temperature of the material suddenly change very cold, and it will just leave the hot bag. So what you should do is just make it very hot, like this. So we will start again. What you can see. And the outside loop you do. So what I think is it's a little bit higher, I think. So I press pause. Now do the things I told you just now to make the switch lower, and then press the original place. Okay, now you press resume again. It's a little bit lower, so press pause. And to make it up. Next time. Okay, resume again. So now what you can see is just it still do like this. And so I recommend you just print this inside, not outside. Otherwise the wind will just change the temperature, suddenly make it very cold. So it will just leave the hot bag. It's not good.